back in Jersey, you might want me to go with you at a comedy club. You don't want me to go with you at a funeral. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. There's this guy who I already saw at the church, the first church I was born and raised. And, the tragic news came to us that he passed away. I was like, oh, man, wow. I used to shake this guy's hand at church. It felt like he had no bones in his hands, but I think that should have told me something was coming. It was like handshaking a sponge. It's like, yeah, you okay? It's like, I'm good.
Oh my God.
So I was like, all right, cool. And I was like, oh, man.
Oh my God.
So I talked to Carlos, and I'm like, Carlos, man, yo. The most common name here is David, so I'm gonna use David. It's like, there's a David. It's like the phrase is no longer, it's like, what's that phrase that goes, it's an opinion, everyone has one, a belly button? It's like an opinion, everyone has one. It's like, everyone has a David. Opinion's like a David. You don't have one in every synagogue, you got like 10. There's a lot of opinions. Everybody got something to say. I go to Carlos, like, Carlos, man, this guy, he always came to church by himself. He's like, yeah, it's true. It's like, he probably has daughters and nieces that we never met. Let's go to this funeral, man. Carlos is like, all right. So we pay our respects. So, all right, we go there. Just everybody from church there. And every other church. So I know these people. So, Brother David's in his coffin. And, the Lord rests up. It comes to the point where the man who came to deliver the sermon or the speech for the night comes to talk. And it's just this Puerto Rican dude. He's an amazing guy. He's like 90 years old already. He's like the Spanish Godfather kind of when he talks. He's like, yes, and the Lord is good. The Lord is great. Sí, Señor es bueno. Señor es bueno. Cooler. And he starts talking, and I was like, all right, oh, this guy's gonna, another David is gonna talk. So he starts talking about, David in the coffin. It's like, David was a good man. He was a good man. He walked with God. He lived to please God. I was like, wow, I expect that from him. He goes to my church. And then, for like 1 minute, he's talking about David. Then the next minute, he's talking about himself. He's like, I remember when I was a lad. I used to run around church, and Daddy hit me. And I was like, this guy's talking about, all right, cool, I was like, he's 90 years old, so if he decides to say his whole life, man, it might be in time for another funeral. So he's talking, then I was a teenager. I had my eye on this one girl. I was like, God united us. God blessed us together. Now she passed away and it's not easy anymore. Man, it's like, come on, there's a guy in the coffin. You haven't said anything about him. It's like, I opened an orphanage in the Dominican Republic. It's beautiful, those kids, they're everywhere. And then I look at Carlos. Carlos is like, huh? I was like, the only thing that's left for this guy is to jump in the coffin with the guy and says, and now I'm here. And now it's my turn. Why did I say that for? Carlos, I didn't think Carlos was going to laugh at all. It was just a statement, Carlos goes, dude! And it's quiet, everybody's like, oh my God, David. And Carlos is like, I tried to find a place to run. I was like, what's going on with Carlos, And Carlos leans against the wall. And this one lady comes like, oh my Lord, I did not know Carlos was that attached to David. Oh my God, Carlos, are you okay? Carlos, are you okay? It's fine. That just made it worse. He's like, so So, you don't want me at a funeral with you guys.